Hello and welcome to a little bit of international lacrosse going down here at beautiful Johnson & Wales University right in Providence, Rhode Island. About 40 minutes from the Final Four location of Foxborough Stadium in Massachusetts. We're out here checking out Portugal and Israel, getting after it for a little Friday evening lacrosse. This is Connor Wilson from LaxAllStars.com. We'll be here all weekend providing a little bit of commentary, a little bit of play-by-play for these great international lacrosse games that we've got on tap tonight. These are sort of international teams. We got a lot of American guys either hoping to help out a program or earn a spot as one of the international players for the upcoming World Lacrosse Championships in 2018, which will be held in Israel. So you've got a good mix of some homegrown players from these countries and then some American heritage players. Should make for an exciting game, a good setup, spirited competition, I'm sure, but all in the interests of growing the game, exposing more people to international lacrosse, and that's a good thing. For this one, we've got Portugal running left to right, and Israel running from right to left. Israel is in the blue and white. Portugal is in the white jerseys and green shorts. Looks like we're just about ready to get underway. We've got refs, we've got a scoreboard. We've even got fans. And now we've got the correct goal out on the field. We're getting there. This is the first game of the event. So still working out some kinks. But we're pretty close to our intended start time. So we're going down for the first face-off here. First face-off of the tournament. Great job there. Great job there from the Israeli face-off player to really, it seems like he lost the clamp, but was able to grind the ball out, keep it alive. Long stick comes up with the ground ball, and Israel advances into their offensive half, wasting no time. It's a common thread you're seeing more and more in the lacrosse world today. For a long time, it was, get it down the field, pull it out. Even there in a 5-on-5 dodging situation, the player took it to the cage. Goals are at a premium. You got to take them where you can get them. So Israel with a shot on the board. Nothing on net. Cycling that ball around. I don't have rosters, but I do know that that's Jake Silberlicht, who finds Kyle Bergman. Great save from the Portugal keeper. Outlet pass was knocked down, but the Portugal defender scoops it up, finds a midfielder, and they're going to clear it with ease on their second try. Good aggressive ride there by Israel, but Portugal able to get the ball over, touch it in, and start swinging it around through their attack. Probably smart for Portugal to settle in here, get a little possession time, get comfortable out there with each other, cycle the ball around, get everybody involved. Great little alley dodge and a turn and kick for a good take. Israel goalie up to the task. Ball kind of flew out of his stick there, but Longpole coming up with another big ground ball, getting the ball up to their shorties. So we got two shots above the hips. Both resulted in saves. Gotta say, I really like these Portugal helmets. The maroon, gold, and green is it's a good look. Nice little disruption there by Portugal. Israel able to pull back possession, get their midi back, send a long stick over. Getting some good action. Both teams pushing. In case you were wondering, we are playing the red lines. Great little sweep and a dodge. Got his hands free. Changed planes and his shots. It's a good take. Israel up 1-0. With about 4 minutes and 10 seconds gone in the first quarter. So we are playing running time quarters like they do in international lacrosse. We do, however, have a 20-yard box like they do in college lacrosse. So there's a little bit of mixing and melding of the rules. The idea here is not to necessarily get things perfect, get it right, but it's to give these international teams a chance to get out and play some lacrosse. It's those kind of plays right there. I mean, you can make that play here. It's a no-pressure game. You can go back and watch the film afterwards with your team, and you can see, maybe that's not the smartest thing. Maybe you got to find the open attackman. But that's why these kind of games are great, because you can make those kind of mistakes. You can go back and address it. It's not a make-or-break game. There are no trophies getting handed out here. People are just playing to get better. Good little piece of ball movement there from Portugal, getting a nice low-to-low bouncer out of it. A little wide, just off cage. Now Portugal will set up their 6-on-6 offense. Moving the ball all the way from X to up top. Portugal really working the skip pass early on. It's a great lefty-to-lefty finish. I love the idea of throwing a face dodge, throwing the split dodge without changing hands, but then being able to pull that stick back over your shoulder, increases your angle. I actually like it much more than an alley dodge. You're starting to see more and more of it with the box game taking off and more of those skills starting to come over the field. It was a great play. I mean, I'm a little biased, but I've always believed if you got a really good left hand, who needs a right hand? Big face-off here. 1-1. Up 14 minutes left in this running time quarter. That ball is going to run out. Portugal is going to pick up possession. All the players are still restricted to the box. Now there's been a possession call. Portugal will get that clear quite easily. Pushing the alley, moving it back through X. Portugal definitely not looking at transition early. Definitely seem to be working their 6-on-6 offense, which makes quite a bit of sense. This is a great opportunity for teams to be able to get out there. And another one sneaks through. A little bit of ball movement, low to low, finds a 5-hole. The turf is a little bit wet. We've had a little bit of rain. The ball is skipping a little bit. And I don't think it's a shocker that the first two shots that were high were each saves, one from each team. And now we got teams putting the ball on the ground and starting to find the back of the net. Big face-off here with Portugal up 2-1. Got a procedure call against Israel. Well, it looks like that's against Portugal. and Israel will pick up possession. Great play there, number 25 on Israel. Ball was short hopping him. He used his body to trap it. Smart play for all you young guys out there. Good look there from Israel, but threw the ball away a little bit. Portugal now looking to clear. Taking their time. They look calm and confident. Great press out there from the Israel D to generate the turnover. Finds his goalie. Another good pass. And a final look to get that clear over. Israel's got a slight numbers advantage. And they push it, finding the far pipe. Great job by the Israel player to keep his options open. Kept his head up. Little pump fake with the pass. Got the goal to go on the far side. Quick overhand shot, excellent take. It's fundamentals. All tied up here at 2 with 11 minutes left in the quarter. I guess we're probably doing halves here. Hour-long games, there's no way we're doing quarters. So with about 10.5 minutes left in this first half, we've got a 2-2 game between Portugal and Israel. Excellent alley dodge there. Going to his strong side, using his speed. And again, you know, that overhand three-quarters release, bringing the ball out high from your ear to that low far corner. It's a very difficult shot. If you can hit that corner, there aren't a lot of goalies out there who can save that. So it's a smart shot to take. He's not shooting it as hard as he can. He's really trying to hit that corner. And it's showing 3-2 now. 10 minutes left. Israel winning another faceoff. But a pass into the turf turns it over. Portugal's going to pick it up. Out wide, basically near along goal line extended. See if they can clear this. In case you're curious, we're playing the red lines, the red sidelines. Good clear there from Portugal. Portugal's now moving the ball around, possessing on offense, giving their D a little bit of a break. Played a good amount of defense in the last 4 or 5 minutes, so it makes some sense. Ball came out a little bit awkward. Goalie might have had a little bit of trouble with it, but unbelievable effort on the ride to get it back. Threw his stick up there, knocked it down, got the Lucy. Another strong hand to strong hand move. Doesn't always work as well in the middle, but may have just been that opportunity. Israel now probing the defense, looking for a good matchup. Nice cut. Great hands. Went a little bit wide. Goalie got a piece of it. Nice save. Israel brings it in from X. Moving it over the wing. Getting it back up top. They've really, Israel has almost exclusively been attacking with their midfielders. There's been very little to no attack dodging. When you've got big, athletic midfielders like Israel does, it makes some sense. Good look across. Excellent high-to-low shot, but a really nice save there from Portugal. Goalie is smart, takes his time with the clear. And now they're looking to push it up to their short sticks. Portugal, they're making me look foolish. I was saying earlier that they were not pushing any transition, but that was a decent opportunity that they generated there by pushing a 4-on-4 situation. So even in odd numbers, you don't necessarily need odd numbers to push transition. And it's much easier to dodge in a 4-on-4 situation than it is 6-on-6. There are less defensive and less offensive players clogging up space. Offensive players can use their speed to their advantage more. Israel now, however, working on the 6-on-6. A little bit of a low pass, gets away. Portugal with a quick restart, picks it up. Gets it over, starts moving the ball right away. Got about 6.5 minutes left here in the first half. Israel holds a slight 3-2 lead. They've probably gotten the better run of play so far, but Portugal has been doing some really good things. It was a nice look to the backside. Good job by the Israeli defense to clamp down, protect the middle. Portugal now looking for a good matchup. I definitely, almost a full half of lacrosse through it. And I definitely like this Portugal gear. Great takeaway there from the Israel long stick. They've got numbers. A little bit of a delay, but great check by Portugal to disrupt the play. And a nice little hockey slap through the middle from number 4. It might be a threat to score. Good look. That was tipped by the Israel long stick. Portugal's going to retain possession here with a little over 5 minutes to go. Tries the low-to-low shot again. Israel goalie read it all the way. Makes a good outlet pass. And Israel will slow it up. Get their 6 shorties onto the field. And set up their 6-on-6 offense. Got a lot of different gear out here. Israel throws the ball away. Again, these teams, this is our first time a lot of these guys are playing together, either ever or the first time in a long time that some of these guys have played together. International teams do not always get together, so you can expect some drop passes. I think you'll also see an increase in the quality of play between today, Friday, and the final games, which will be played on Monday. Portugal content to slow it down a little bit. And now they finally got their 6th offensive player onto the field. Looks like they're going to go right away. Good dodge to a strong hand. Looks the middle. Excellent check, however. A really nice quick slide and a switch there from the Israel D. Israel moves the ball efficiently up the field. Little attempted hidden ball trick there. Always appreciated. Getting the long stick involved in it. Love that. Nice little lefty rip there. Great high to low take. Portugal goalie was confident, even with the velocity. Made a nice save. Great outlet pass. Israel's got numbers back on D, and they pick off the attempted pass from Portugal. Then they throw it away, and it's going right back. The boys in white, green, and maroon. Portugal gets a relatively easy clear. Israel soaks back in on D. That opportunity was actually generated in a really interesting way. Portugal only had 5 guys on O. They used a delayed sub to pull their long stick down from midfield. He cut, drew some attention. 3 or 4 guys went one way, and then they found a cutter on the backside. Nice little piece of misdirection, whether it was intentional or not. Great handle there from the Portugal long stick. This is some impressive short stick defense. You know, some aggressive checking there, but I mean, really getting all stick, putting the ball on the carpet multiple times. Portugal now possessing. Gets the ball to that right wing. Thinks about the shot. He's got a short stick here. Let's see if number 9 dodges. Job by the Israel defense there, getting sticks up, and now they've got numbers. Running a 5-on-3. An excellent save. Good job by Portugal's D to scoop up that rebound. Another nice outlet pass. Goalie's been making great outlet passes all game. Pass is picked off, and the other pass is picked off. I think part of that is you do see some players standing still out here. And, you know, it's much easier to pick off a pass, to anticipate what your opponent is going to do if his feet are standing still. Israel now, a little misdirection of their own on a delayed sub game, and it pays off with a short side finish. You know, when a defense really packs in, and that's the half. We've got Israel up 4-2 after this first half of lacrosse. Competitive game, a little bit sloppy at times, given it's our first game of the night. It's the first game of this event. Makes some sense. A lot of these teams are playing together for the first time, or they got some new players joining their ranks for the first time, joining in with some veterans. We got a great game so far. Looks like teams will have about an 8-minute break at halftime. I'm going to take a little break myself, and I will be back for the second half in about 7 minutes. So it looks like the 7 or 8 minute halftime was overkill. We're not going to get it. They're going to get this game going quickly again, which I love, the fans love. I think the players love it too. The only way that this clock is stopping is if it's a really tight game. If it's 3 goals or less in the last 2 minutes, they will do stop time. Other than that, the clock is running the whole time. Just so we have it nailed down, we are doing 2 20-minute halves running time. Starting off the second, we've got Israel with a 4-2 lead, but Portugal coming up with the first face-off win. If you're looking in the background, you've got players from Greece Lacrosse walking over to a grass practice field. And I don't know if you can see it on the broadcast. You don't need to see it, but if you can, a little further off, you've got Team Hungary practicing over on the grass as well. You got Puerto Rico's coming, Philippines. Got a great kind of diverse group of lacrosse playing countries sending teams to come play in this informal event where Players able to play, have some fun, get better. There's a great feed inside. Came off some nice ball movement from Portugal. Spinning the rock a little bit among those three top players. And as soon as one of the defenders gets a little bit sucked out, that attackman's able to find the opening. Midfielder's able to crush down. They actually had an attackman playing high, so the midfielder was able to crush down onto the crease. As soon as his guy got away from him, it's a nice little catch, shoot, put it away. Big face-off here, 18.5 minutes left. Israel with a 4-3 lead over Portugal, and the lights have come on. Good face-off there for the blue and white. A tenacious ride from Portugal turns the ball over in the midfield. But another turnover gives it right back to Israel. Israel's been doing a great job of getting their sticks up in passing lanes. I recognize that guy. That's Matt Flapin. And he plays defense and box lacrosse for Gold Star Tel Aviv and for the Israel national team. He's playing some long stick here earlier. Now he's playing short stick. He's a diverse lacrosse player. Israel now possessing well on O. Here's Flapin trying to back in, but a great double team, a really nice check from Portugal, turns the ball over. And the long stick now moves it. Finds it in their midfield, touches it in with ease. They're going to invert. Pull it all the way down the sideline. Settle it down, take some time here. Give their D a chance to rest. Israel shorty extending way out. Playing good physical defense. They look for that feed inside again, but it's picked off. Israel Longstick showing off some wheels. Great look down low, making the extra pass, which leads to a very easy goal. A little bit of speed, good stick skills, and some good passing will generate a lot of goals for you. That was an excellent play. Really focused on the team aspect there. Getting a turnover, pushing it with speed, finding the open guy, letting the attackman put the biscuit in the basket. It's what they do best. At least it should be. I always trust those guys to score. Big face-off here. Israel with a 2-goal lead again at 5-3. Looks like Portugal's going to win the clamp, but Israel came up with the loose ball. Again, ball movement. A little give and go. High to low shot. Offhand. Changing planes. Making the goalie react very quickly. It's a very difficult shot to stop. When you're focused on that wing guy who is a threat, and then you have to come back and find a guy in the middle, it's asking a lot of any goalie. Again, showing off what good ball movement will do for a team. Portugal needs to stop this run from Israel, see if they can get a face-off win. This time Israel wins the clamp, and Portugal comes up with the ground ball. They'll slow it down here a little bit, get some new guys on. Portugal's now got their 6 shorties on. I guess they're going to cycle the ball a little bit here. Good slide there. Creative. Didn't quite find its way to the net. Creates a big ground ball situation. Looks like that's off an Israel stick, going to stick with Portugal. Bringing it in from X. Dodging right off the restart. Leads to a turnover. Israel starts moving the ball down the field. Israel now possessing, getting the ball moving around, getting everybody involved. Now they cut a player through and are ready to dodge. And that lands up in a high-to-high goal, right off the goalie's stick. He's a little frustrated. He saw that one, got a stick on it. A little too much power. And that's the problem. You know, that dodge doesn't happen in a vacuum. You know, it's not just one guy beating his guy. You saw that, you know, that dodge happened after 6 or 7 passes. Every time you make a pass, defenders have to go in and they have to go back out, right? They have to go out and play their guy, and then they have to get their way back into the middle of the defense. And the more times you pass the ball and move it, get involved here, kicking the ball back a little bit. The more times you move it, the more times the defenders have to move. So then when you make that final pass, the guy catches it right away and dodges right away. That's where you get your opportunities from. And it's not from the miraculous single-man dodge. Justin Gutterding at Duke is a great example of that. He is very rarely going to pull the ball out and just dodge his guy. It's almost always off of a pass. It's when he's most effective. It's when many players are most effective. There's a great piece of defense there from Portugal. Sliding with the body, putting him down, coming up with the ground ball. And they don't have numbers here. They were smart to settle it down and work it back through X. Got 11 minutes and 40 seconds left here. It's a 7-3 game in Israel's favor. Portugal looking to get back into it with a good possession here. And hopefully for their sake, a goal. Shot from distance. Again, that was off of one pass and then a dodge. Get that ball around, six, 7 passes, and then make that dodge. I don't mean to be lecturing people, but seeing as I don't have rosters, this is what I'm going to talk about. There you go, another set from Israel where you've got 4 or 5 quick passes, lots of foot movement, lots of ball movement, and it leads to a very good scoring opportunity, which they're able to cash in on. 8-3 now, just under 11 minutes left in the second half. Another big face-off. The lead has ballooned here to 5 goals. But Portugal's still very much in this contest, playing very competitive lacrosse. Got a procedure call on Israel. Portugal's going to pick that ball up after the win. They got their pull off. Got their face-off player off, and they are back to 6-on-6. Portugal dodging to the strong hand. Pass doesn't quite find its target. Great play there by the Israel defenseman to just flip it up to his teammate into space. And Flappin rings one off the post. Great hustle there. Number 2 from Israel to back up that shot all the way on the sideline. Here we've got a little 6-on-6 possession. Yeah. I'm doing well. Got Mr. Bergman here with us, scoring some goals. How's it feel to be out there, Kyle?
Feels great.
Man, a few words, but many lacrosse goals. It is great to be here. It's a lot of fun. I see a lot of these guys at a lot of different events, whether they're World Championship events or the Alessia Beski playing box, playing the World Indoors, playing at summer tournaments, fall tournaments. These guys are all over the place. It's a great reunion. You're coming out and you're playing a physical, hard-nosed sport. You're playing to be competitive. You're playing to win. But at the same time, you're able to shake hands with these guys after the games are over. A little sloppy there from Portugal, throwing the ball away, an unforced error. Israel's going to pick it up off their own end line and see if they can get another successful clear and maybe tack on another goal. Got an 8-3 difference still with just over 8 minutes left as Israel is clearing the ball up the field. Very simple draw and dump. Good clear there. Israel's now cycling the ball around quickly. 3 quick passes, a dodge, a pass, and a look inside where Silberlicht is all alone. Again, you're seeing the same thing here on the majority of these Israel goals, where it's 5 or 6 quick passes, then a dodge, either to score or resulting in an easy goal on the inside, or at least an easy look on the inside. They've been doing a good job of finishing it off. You got a lot of guys with experience on this Israel team. They play together. They have played together in the past quite a bit. But I think that the biggest thing here is they are dedicated to passing the ball, to moving the ball, to sharing the rock and letting the ball do the work. 9-3 now with just under 7 minutes to go. Israel comes up with a face-off win. Moves the ball over to Kyle Bergman. And they're going to settle it down, pull it out. Another little attempt at a hidden ball trick. I like it, keeping the opposition on their toes. Always smart. Plus, when it works, it is glorious. So I will always take a good hidden ball trick. Bergman with a little behind-the-back lefty flip pass, kind of just throwing it to space, hoping that a guy will be there. Maybe a guy should have been there. It was a good look. Sometimes it's just about timing or trying to read things the right way. And here's another great example of one of those things. It's good to work, too many men onto the field at one time. Call. It's better to work that out in a scrimmage like this than it is in a really meaningful World Championships game, which is what these teams will be playing in 2018. With a little bit more than a year to go between now and the 2018 World Lacrosse Championships, which will be held in Netanya, Israel. These teams have a lot of work to do. That nobody's set. And here we have we got another offsides call. Looks like Portugal was trying to call a timeout. I actually didn't hear it. Little flip pass there. And Israel puts another on the board, taking a 10-3 lead with about 4 minutes and 45 seconds left in this second half. Once again, we are playing 20-minute running time halves. In the FIL games, you'll actually see 20-minute running time quarters. Believe it or not, in 1982, maybe even after that, maybe in 86, maybe in 90, they're playing 4 25-minute running quarters, which is it's a lot of lacrosse. I love lacrosse as much as the next guy, but that honestly might be too long for a game. The reason they were doing it is because teams were traveling England, Australia, U.S., Canada. Teams were traveling, some teams were traveling massive distances to play, so they wanted to give people as much lacrosse as they possibly could, and I respect that. I think things could change. At the last World Championships, you had teams playing 20-minute quarters and playing 9 games in 11 days. That's a whole lot of lacrosse. I think it's really tough with only 20, 23 guys in your roster. So I think you could see 15-minute running, 12-minute stop times. I mean, there are a lot of different options. Be interesting to see how that comes in and affects the game. I gotta give Portugal some props there. They were trying to cycle the ball and move it really quickly. Great job by the Israeli defenseman to be aware and pick the pass off. But it's encouraging to see a team when you're down 10-3. You're not just trying to go for the easy goal or take the obvious shot. You're trying to work your offense and get better. Long pass across the top, up top. Israel still heavily isolating with their midfielders. And their midfielders will dodge the pull. Great deflection to keep the ball from ever getting to the goalie. Israel now cycling the ball around quickly. Try to find the cutting player. Passes a little bit high. Maybe the look wasn't there. But again, these are the kind of things you want to work out. These are the kind of things you want to try in a game like this. That's why you're here. Nobody's here to play perfect lacrosse. Portugal doing a good job getting their house in order there. Staying on sides, not too many men, getting a successful clear. Nice little pass across. Excellent slide and double. Very active stick there, which I like. And, that led to a good opportunity. 2 quick passes, a cutter. Almost got that follow cut from behind the crease. Good opportunity. Portugal now moving the ball a little bit from X to wing. Wing player dodges. Great individual effort there to take on 2, go for the low-to-low. Couldn't quite get the shot on cage. Now Portugal will cycle the ball around. Setting the pick. We've got less than a minute now in the game. 10-3, Portugal looking to pick one on the can. Been a clean game, no penalties. Israel gets a turnover, pushes it down the field. Great save there from the Portugal keeper, making it look easy. And there's a nice little ball movement from Portugal. They're going to hold on to it, but throw it away in the end. And we've got, looks like he kept it inbounds. And then the little flip on the back, right back to him. That's teamwork, Holmes. I like it. Double came, great double there from Portugal. But with about 5 seconds left in the game, that is going to do it for us. Israel coming out on top, 10-3 in these shortened 2 20-minute half games. Great effort there from Portugal. Great effort from Israel. Really exciting to get a early 2017 glance at some of these teams and see how they're coming together. And that was just a fun game. Nothing but handshakes and smiles all around. So an excellent start to this international friendly event. And now we've got Greece coming out on the field. We will get to their game next.
What up, bro? How are you, man? Doing all right?